Okay, so you guys are with me because we have a mini lesson we're going to talk about in our group, and it's about the importance of a strong beginning, which is what we talked about in our whole group lesson today already too. But we want to make sure that we introduce our characters with good detail and that we give good background information so that our readers can understand our story, okay? Because that's our big goal. Like, what's the point of our story? If no one can understand it, what's the point of even writing it, right? So we want our readers to be able to know what we're talking about. So I've called you all over to meet with me today because during writing I've noticed that you guys have kind of struggled with getting your writing started, and I wanted to be able to help you with that, okay? You all have a lot of great ideas, and sometimes it's difficult when you have so many good ideas to just pick one and go with it in your story. Do you know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we're going to work on creating a beginning for your story that can introduce your main character and give background information so that the reader's going to need to understand what's happening in the story. Okay? So if we try and put too much information in our story, or we bunch a bunch of ideas together that don't go well together, we're going to confuse our readers, and we don't want to do that because then they're not going to want to read our story. Okay? Now we talked about the first couple pages of The Magic Finger by Roald Dahl. I'm going to read the first 2 pages one more time to you, and I want you to tell me some things that you notice. Here's his picture again, which also helps, doesn't it? The farm next to ours is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Gregg. The Greggs have 2 children, both boys. Their names are Philip and William. Sometimes I go over to their farm to play with them. I am a girl and I am 8 years old. Philip is also 8 years old. William is 3 years older. He is 10. What? Oh, alright then. He is 11. Last week, something very funny happened to the Gregg family. I'm going to tell you about it as best I can. Now, the one thing that Mr. Gregg and his 2 boys loved to do more than anything else was to go hunting. Every Saturday morning, they would take their guns and go off into the woods to look for animals and birds to shoot. Even Philip, who was only 8 years old, had a gun of his own. I can't stand hunting. I just can't stand it. It doesn't seem right to me that men and boys should kill animals just for the fun they get out of it. So I used to try to stop Philip and William from doing it. Every time I went over to their farm, I would do my best to talk them out of it, but they only laughed at me. I even said something about it once to Mr. Gregg, but he just walked on past me as if I wasn't there. So what are some things that you notice that he did in the story? What did he do, Grayson?
He made you hook, so like you want, if you, it was just, so you'd want to keep on reading and then just stop there.
Okay. What did he do to hook you, Grayson? What did he say?
Like when the girl went and talked to Mr. Gregg, he kept on walking, and that made me want to read what she did after that.
Yeah, because we found out how she tried to stop them from hunting, and now we pretty much are going to know she's going to be doing something a little more drastic, and we want to find out what that is. Sam, what else did he do at the beginning there that helped you?
In this story?
In this story, what else did he do?
Well, he just kind of pointed up in his, like, which finger was it? Was it this one?
He didn't talk about the magic finger in the beginning of the story that I just read.
He was talking about hunting and killing stuff that they shouldn't do.
So what was he doing when he was talking about that?
He was getting angry because no one was listening to him.
What was the author, Roald Dahl, trying to do to help the readers understand the story there at the beginning?
Introduce the characters.
Okay, so he was introducing the characters by talking about the hunting, right?
Yeah.
Jeff?
He was using description on their farm and their family.
So description of the setting, and what else then? his family, what would that be? Description of setting and
Characters.
yeah, and characters. Lena, what else did he do? Well, if we think about, what about the problem? Did he talk about the problem in the story?
Well, yeah, because I'm not sure if he likes something or not, but in his story, the little girl doesn't like hunting. The boys always go hunting every Saturday, and she doesn't like seeing them go up into the woods and come out with like ducks, deer, and rabbits.
So we find out the problem, don't we? Okay. Trevor, what else? Did we find out who's telling the story? Did we? The narrator? Okay. Who's the narrator? The girl. So we find out, we didn't find her name out though. Did we find her name out?
No.
What's what?
Was Margaret? No, that's Ethel's.
I am a girl and I am 8 years old.
Didn't see that.
No name. So, but we find out the narrator.
So her name is Mary.
So what I want you guys to do is to think about how could you use these strategies in your own stories that you're writing now? Sam.
Actually, in my beginning, my character is just kind of bored, but then his friend comes over to like help him with this experiment because he can't think of anything. He's been thinking all day, and now he started to fall asleep.
So what of these strategies are you using when you talk about your beginning? What do you think you did?
I did. Well, the hooked part was kind of boring, but it was supposed to be boring.
Okay.
Because it was a really good.
Did you introduce your characters? Okay. Did you describe the setting and the
Yes.
characters? Did you find out the problem? Did you give the problem a little bit?
No. I gave kind of the thing that starts the problem that Matt thought about.
Okay, so just the beginning of the problem. And then, did we find out who the narrator is? Did you work that out
Yeah,
yet?
mainly the people talking about the movie. Because there's more going on in the story.
Jack, what about you? What are you thinking?
The hooked part, not so much. But
Okay.
Introducing characters or, description of setting and characters, it starts out with where my character lives.
Good.
Finding out the problem,
Okay.
it starts a little later in the story though.
Okay.
Finding out the narrator, that is pretty much my main character.
The narrator is going to be your main character, so you know that already. Good. Grayson, how are you going to use some of these? And if there are other ways you're going to use, other things you're going to use at the beginning too.
Well, I've got hooked. I've got some of that getting done, and I've introduced the characters, description of setting characters, yes, and find out the problem. I have the problem. I have the problem. I just been working on how what you said, why they have to move.
Yes.
And
So you need a little, you know what we don't have up here?
Solution?
Is the solution going to be at the
oh
beginning?
wait, no.
Background.
Background information. And if I write info, are you going to know what that means?
Yeah.
So for Grayson's story, because we talked about Grayson's story yesterday, can I tell them what we talked about? She's doing a 16-year-old girl, and she has to move from California to Texas, but we don't know why she has to move yet. Like we need to understand a little bit more and have a little more background on what's happening before she can't start the story with just she's moving, because her whole problem is that she doesn't want to move. So she's got to do a little more background before she goes right into that. You know what I mean?
think her parents are just been sick in California and just want to.
Okay. So you're gonna have to describe that for the readers though, otherwise it's gonna not make sense.
This family job has that.
Yeah. What about you, Charlie?
Well, first I'm gonna introduce the characters,
Introduce the characters, okay?
and then I'm gonna find out the problem, and then probably first find out the narrator, introduce the characters, and then find out the problem.
Okay, so you're gonna make sure everyone knows the narrator, introduce the characters, and find out the problem. Awesome. Lena, what about you?
I'm gonna introduce the characters, describe the setting,
Okay, describe the setting and the characters.
and find out the problem, find background information, find out the narrator.
Okay, excellent. You guys all have a plan. What I want to do now is I want you to each look in your notebooks and all the ideas that you have and think about these parts of what might go into a beginning story and work on that on your chart here for a little bit, and then we're going to see what you've got and share them, okay? So give it a try.
Do it up.
Go ahead, give it a try.
Um,
Lena, who's your main character? What?
Kate.
Is that Kate or Katie?
I don't know. Katie, I'm sure.
That's Katie. Kate is with an I.
Oh.
Lena, where are you going to start your story? Where is she going to be, and what is she doing?
She's gonna be in, I don't really know where she lives, because I haven't told where she is.
How is the story going to start?
When they're at her house and they're playing out.
Who's
in the-
they?
The kids, the 4 kids, Mason, Hunter,
Whose kids are they?
Katie's kids.
Katie's 9. How can she have 4 kids?
Oh no, it's Lily. Lily. I can't figure out their names. We mix these up.
Lena, what is the problem in your story? Grace and I need you to work on yours, okay?
The problem in this story is that I mixed the ages up.
Okay, I'm not worried about that, Lena. I want you to tell me what's going to happen in your story. What is the plan?
That Katie wants to move to by a river, and she can't because her daughters don't like frogs and slugs. And then there's gonna be more of them in the river instead of by the city.
So Katie is the mom, and she's moving to the river. Why?
Because she likes to catch fish, and they don't like. There's not very much fish in the city.
Okay, so where are you going to start the story? You're going to start with Katie telling her kids that they're moving, or are you going to start? Where are you going to start?
I'm gonna start by the kids just get home from school. Katie tells them that they're moving to my grandparents' river, and the kids
Okay, stop. That's where I want you to start. Okay, get a start on it. Work on your beginning. Jack, what are you doing?
Seeing if I can get a kind of a lead in the story.
Okay, so read what you've got so far.
I was reading Beverly and my friends were
So when you start with that, I wonder is Bob a person or an animal?
person.
Okay. Because it sounds like an animal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So how can you keep writing to make your readers kind of know Bob now? Because it is absolutely.
Say I have a job or something.
Okay. How did he end up living in a hole and not in a regular house?
And he used to be like a rich guy, but then he lost his voice and he got out of the house.
So if you write that, what you just said, that will tell me that it's an animal. And you're giving me a little background information as to why he's in a hole. So why don't you work on that?
beginning.
Let's see what you've got so far. Read it to me.
My name is Veronica. I live in California. I have hundreds of friends. Liz is my best friend. I have one sister who is, I'm trying to find out what
Okay.
her age is.
How many people do you plan on introducing in the beginning of your story?
Just her.
You've got
I
3
mean-
now.
Good.
Okay,
My mom and dad.
so you're going to introduce 5 people at the beginning of your story. And then, along with your introduction of those 5 people, what else are you going to do at the beginning?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to, I still have to put her age. And
Do you
then
have to put her age?
I'm going to because her birthday's coming up and that's going to be part of her story.
Could you put that in the middle? Or does it have to be at the beginning? Or could it be when the part of that part of the story, when you get to that part of the story, could you say it then?
Mm-hmm.
Might fit better there than in the beginning then.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do it in the end. 'cause
Wherever it fits into the story, you can put it. So, why are you introducing her sister and her parents too? Are they going to have big parts in the story? Or is her best friend Liz going to have a big part in the story?
all the characters are introducing and having parts in the story.
Do you need to introduce them all at the beginning? Or could the mom and dad come later?
And I'd say now because they have some parts in the beginning of the story.
Okay. So right now you have, my name is Veronica. I live in California. I have hundreds of friends, but Liz is my best friend. I have one sister named,
Who's 9 and her name is
okay, and then introduce your mom and dad. Then you have to get past, then you're done introducing characters, then you have to get into maybe some background or something about why they're moving, but why, okay? Right, so you're only doing 5 characters, no more, right? Okay. Trevor, let's see what you have. Read it to me. So you're telling them what you're going to do in the story at the beginning, okay? All right. What are you thinking about now?
Probably gonna say problem when they get there. How they're gonna make fun of them because they're like 70.
That's what I'm wondering,
So,
you know, because you're talking about them going back to 4th grade, but what about now? Like, what's going on now? So you might need to describe that, give a little more background as to where they're at now before you send them off into the 4th grade, because that'll help me understand more. I get a picture, you know, of what's happening. So try working on that, getting more background in there. How you doing? Good. Can you read what you have for me? Read it out loud.
Today the scientist lab that the doctor was testing kids. He was bored, they hurt, so during the day he sat to learn. You might think this guy is crazy to be a scientist, but after a while, Snorri was not on the door. It was his friend Dr. Thomas Boyd. So it's one day he's bored. He doesn't want to start this experiment.
Excellent. Now, have you moved past the lemon and the plane?
He's still testing the fruits, like the lemon, but they haven't got there yet.
So our end that we came up with the other day is still the same, right? Okay. So you introduced some characters, you described the setting, and we're kind of finding out the problem. One of the problems that we can't think of anything to invent, right? Okay. So now his friend comes in. So you've got a good, I think you've got a good start there. How do you feel about it?
Good way.
Yeah. Sounds
I
like,
got some chapters.
yeah. Sounds like it makes sense. How are you gonna, how much do you think it's gonna take for you to get to the end that we came up with?
Actually, I'm almost done. I mean, I got this part after the fight, like the lemon win,
Mm-hmm.
but like troopers come down, they like drop this like gas
testing because I was thinking I didn't want to be found out that the picture was actually evil because he was a scientist, but he was working in like a spy to like, you know, so we can find out about the other laboratories.
Okay.
Like a Chinese spy so we can make a thought of his fake.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop you guys. I know a lot of you want to keep going. Looks like you have some good ideas. So give me your pencils so you're not tempted.
I know.
I'll take them. Thank you. All right, who wants to share and tell us what they used here? Grayson.
In my beginning, I did my introduction of my characters and where I go to school, so do I read it?
What you said? Sure, read it.
My name is Veronica. I live in California. I have hundreds of friends. Liz is my best friend. I have one sister who is 9. Her name is Brooke. My mom's name is McKenna. My dad's name is Dylan. I go to school at Roses High School. And then for my middle, I got the problem done. And I was,
Okay, but we're just talking about the beginning right now. So you're okay. Good start.
I wasn't
Trevor?
supposed to do the middle.
Not yet. Trevor.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I live on the streets with my 3 friends, Bob, Zach, and William. And I'm going to tell you how we went back to the 4th grade.
Okay. So you described a little bit of the setting and the characters. Lena, what'd you do?
My name is Kate. I have 4 children. Their names are Mason, Hunter, Megan, and Kathy. I'm a teacher. My problem is that I'm moving to my mom's river, and the girls don't like frogs and slugs, and that's why I can't live there in the city, and it's supposed to be.
So you kind of introduced the problem too, and you had the setting and the characters. Jeff?
Bob is my name. I live in a hole in my friend's front yard. The reason I live in a hole is because I lost my money on the house. I used to be rich. Now that I lost my money, I have a job as a miner. The only reason I haven't had a job is because I am good at digging.
Yeah. So Bob's going to be your narrator too, huh? And I found out a little background from Bob and the setting and the characters. Good job. Good start. Sam?
No, I just had a question.
Oh, yeah.
How did you become rich? And how did you lose the money? Because I played the video game, but then I lost all his money. Buying a new house. So he's not that smart.
Good question, Sam. That'll help Jack
Yes.
when he adds more background.
In the middle, yes, I am not smart.
I think your readers could infer that like Sam did. You didn't need to say it. All right, Sam.
Today at a scientist lab, Dr. Buckner was testing fruits. He was bored, brazen, so rainy a day he said to everyone, "You might think this guy is crazy to be a scientist," but after a while of snoring, there was a knock on the door. It was his friend, Dr. Thomas Bohr.
And that's where we're at, right? Good. I like how you started yours because you didn't just say, "Hi, my name is." You said, what was the first sentence?
Today at a scientist lab.
Today at a scientist lab. So he started with the setting, didn't he?
Well, his home actually is kind of like a scientist lab. He likes to call it that because since he gets a lot of money for his work, he has a computer, he has testing, kind of a small testing.
Good. So I think we all figured out we got to introduce the characters in the setting. Some of us created the problem. Some of us really have a strong narrator and background information. So work on the background, it looks like. Not all of us have the background information. We need to work on that, right? And maybe getting a hook. Instead of just telling, "Hi, my name is," think of saying it in a creative way where you can show them that person. Okay, and that's something else we can talk about. So, was this helpful to you? How was it helpful to you as writers? Grayson?
Well, it kind of like, it helped me get all my information out and get the problem all set up because at first I didn't know why they were moving, and then I got that figured out.
Good. How did it help you, Lena?
it helped me by like getting all of this stuff out of my brain and making more space for the other stuff in my brain.
I like how you said that, getting this stuff out of my brain. Does that make sense to you, Sam? And then so she has room for her other stuff. Exactly. A lot of writers feel that way. When they write, they can get the stuff out, and then it's down. It's, you know, it's there. You can see it instead of having it be a mystery in your head, and then you can work from there. Jack, did it help you to get it at least started? Yeah. Feels good to at least
Before
get
I
it
was
started.
gonna have my problem like in the third sentence, but now when I read it, it didn't make sense.
Good. So thinking about it when you're writing, to think about it as a reader, is this going to make sense to other people? I know what I'm talking about, but are other people going to get it? That's a really good thing to do, Jack. Thank you. All right. So we're going to just keep going and work on our beginnings and then our middles and ends and do our rough drafts starting Monday, okay?
So we can do our minutes.
You guys can go work on that now.